Hey guys, Will here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Mercedes-Benz E350 Pinnacle.
And a big thanks to Nicholas and the rest of the management and staff here at Crown Eurocars in Pinellas Park, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance vehicle in the Pinellas Park, St. Petersburg, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Nicholas.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the E-Class has been Mercedes-Benz midsize executive car since 1993. The 6th generation E-Class that you see here is all new this year for 2024, ground up all new vehicle with heavily revised interior and exterior styling, new and improved tech, and both the turbo 4 and 6-cylinder powertrains add mild hybrid system resulting in more power and improved performance. There are 4 trims and 2 powertrains for the non-AMG E-Class for 2024, starting with the 350, featuring Mercedes-Benz 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, which cranks out a pretty beefy 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque, with a $62,000 base price, and you can upgrade to the 450 for an additional $6,000, which gets the more beefed up 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder engine, which makes 375 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. Both power plants are mated to Mercedes-Benz 9-speed automatic transmission, and for an additional $4,400 for both the 350 and the 450, you can upgrade to the top-of-the-line Pinnacle trim that we have here for the 350. With a $67,000 base price, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So again, for 2024, the E-Class is all new, the all-new 6th generation with bold and aggressive front styling. You can still definitely see the E-Class theme to it. It's a little bit longer and a little bit wider compared to the previous generation, but for the most part, you can definitely still tell that it's an E-Class, a step above the C-Class, but a noticeable step below the top S-Class. We still get full front parking sensing, forward-facing camera. The Mercedes badge houses your advanced safety features. Get a little bit of shiny chrome to contrast the black trim, and a beautiful white metallic paint color. I believe it's an additional $1,700. Hopefully you can pick up the sparkles here in the Florida sun. We have black headlight housing, 2 Mercedes-Benz LED headlamps, LED for the high and low beam, both with projectors, and we get LED daytime running lights as well. We mentioned the full front parking sensing, functional airflow in both corners, and we get a ton of airflow for the radiator and intercooler, and the grille has some Mercedes badges contrasting the black accents for the flat black inserts for the grille. Anyway, for the wheel and tire setup, we get an additional side sensor to help us out with 360. The wheels are impressive. We get these black 20-inch rims wrapped in 245/40 R20 Pirelli P0 summer performance tires. At least they appear to be summer performance tires. Very aggressive tread pattern, but they could very well be either an all-season or a 3-season. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly what they are. We get quad piston front brake calipers, all body color trim for the wheel well area, subtle black contrast for the rocker panel side skirts, black mirror caps, LED turn signal on them, additional camera to help us out with 360. The glass fills up just about the entire frame, blind spot monitoring on the glass, all black trim for the window trim, panoramic moonroof up top too, blacked out B-pillars. The door handles hide away as you walk towards the vehicle with the keys in your pocket. They pop out and make it easy to enter. But when you're not near the vehicle and the vehicle's not unlocked, the door handles hide away, which is nice and sleek. I'll take a step back, hopefully pick up the side profile. For the side profile, I see a lot of resemblance from the S-Class, especially for the rear styling, and I see a lot of resemblance for the C-Class in the front styling. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. We get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. We also get a contrasted tire setup. These are 275/35 R20s out rear. Additional side sensor out back to help us out with the 360. Full LED taillights, and the taillights themselves have like a Mercedes badge theme to it. Really high quality E350 badge, Mercedes in the center, 4MATIC right next to it. Full rear parking sensing, dual exhaust tips. The exhaust tips aren't actually cut out from the cutouts, but they're right underneath them. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. And speaking of the exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine sold by Mercedes for the 2024 E350. And it sounds pretty good, cranking out 255 horsepower, 295 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. You can expect this 3,800-pound luxury sedan to get to 60 in around 6 seconds, if not quicker. What you see is basically what we get. I appreciate the hydraulic struts, but it's really windy out right now, so I'm just keeping the hood closed just to keep things nice and safe. We'll walk around this 2024 E350 one more time. It is a beautiful, beautiful sedan. Before we step inside, let's take a quick look at this window sticker and see all the features that we get for a vehicle starting at around $62,300 before the Pinnacle package, at about $67,000 after it. But standard features, you guys can pause and take a look. It comes loaded with them. $1,750 for this Moonlight White Metallic, $1,620 for this Macchiato Beige and Black Leather interior, $200 for the center console in natural grain brown maple wood with aluminum lines. You get a $280 credit for not getting the standard garage door opener. $200 for the night package, giving you black accents. $250 for the 20-inch black AMG multi-spoke wheels with black accents. $1,500 for the MBUX suspension package, which is an air suspension. $1,950 for the driver assistance package. Digital light interior package for $990. $450 for the winter package. It's very necessary in Florida. The leather package is $800. $3,200 for the air suspension, $3,400 for the Pinnacle trim, $1,150 for the destination and delivery, totaling us out at $81,480. So we are definitely getting up there in price, but this is a fully loaded E350. 27 combined MPGs, 24 in the city, 33 on the highway. Let's take a step inside and see what we get with an E-Class with a 4-cylinder over $80,000. I'm telling you right now, it is fully loaded. If I didn't mention, the door handle also says Mercedes-Benz on it, smart access for all 4 doors. Up top, you get leather stitching, a booming 17-speaker Burmeister audio system, contrast stitching. We get Gucci soft leather for the armrest, 4-window auto-on touch, 4-way adjustable mirrors, power folding mirrors, fully adjustable seats, adjustable headrests. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide with adjustable thigh support too. 3-person memory seats, heated and ventilated seats, lock and unlock aluminum door handle, and very bright ambient lighting. We get aluminum illuminated Mercedes-Benz nameplate as we step inside. We get your beige macchiato leather seats. They're perforated, heated, and ventilated with lumbar control on the seat. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. We'll turn the sound down so we don't get hit with copyright. But first thing we notice is the steering wheel. It is really thick. We get a pretty solid 10-2 bolstering notch. 9-3 fits perfect in your hand. The horn area is rubberized. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. The paddle shifters control the 9-speed auto. They have a very satisfying click, and they're aluminum. On the left side, you can adjust the radar cruise control, forward collision alert, and the adjustments for the digital gauge display. On the right side, volume and skip controls. You can hang up and answer your phone calls with the adjustments for the infotainment. The digital gauge display, right now we're looking at our map. Very high resolution screen too. You press the home, you can get classic gauges, sport gauges, cool. Also see your assistance gauges and see the service. Awesome. We'll check out the classic gauges. 160 mile an hour speedometer. The tachos to about 6,400 RPM. And we still keep the map in the center with the digital speedo up top and the advanced safety features right on top of it. We can go back to the home screen, see the other gauges. The sport gauges give you a digital speedo up top, a digitally illuminated tach underneath, G-forces, pound-footed torque indicator, and a horsepower indicator on the opposite side with a boost gauge and oil pressure right next to it. This is probably my personal gauge display to leave it at outside of the map, which would be my favorite for long trips. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers. The backup camera, let's check it out real quick. Super high resolution guidance lines and trajectory with an over-the-top 360 right next to it. The adjustments for the display, we can have a wide view with parking sensors and right back to where we just were. Check out our forward-facing camera. Go back to our rear-facing camera. We also get blind spot cameras in the corner, so you don't have to worry about scuffing up the wheels and tires on your 2024 E-Class. You can also move it around with a click of a button if you'd like to for one reason or another. Very good response for the touchscreen, and we can put it right back into park, and it returns us right back to the previous screen. The home screen, let's check it out. It is massive. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly the size of the infotainment screen and the size of the passenger infotainment screen, which will turn on for review's sake. And the passenger infotainment screen, you can download apps. You can download YouTube, Pandora, watch videos, from the passenger screen, but the way that Mercedes has designed this interior, you see this camera right up front. It's basically spying on you. So if the driver happens to look over while the passenger is watching YouTube, it'll automatically shut off the screen. That was a requirement for Mercedes to build this super screen in America. In some of the European models, they just give you a privacy screen on the infotainment for the passenger just to make it really hard for the driver to see. But in America, nope, they got a camera, so if you look over, that thing is turning off. Regardless, we get phone, navigation, radio, media, and apps, comfort, info, settings, devices, and the Vivaldi browser all in this infotainment. That's pretty cool that you get internet access through your Mercedes. The map is a really high resolution display. This might be the best quality resolution display in the business. Even like the ocean, they got waves in this water. This is without question one of the best displays in the business. You get a 3D and 2D display, whether you like one or another. You can just press this recenter button and it recenters you. This is my personal favorite screen to leave it at all times. You get leather stitching up top, heads up display. I'm not quite sure if you guys can pick it up on camera, but it's a pretty good heads up display with traffic sign recognition, really bright ambient lighting all throughout this interior. Hopefully you can pick that up on camera too. The spy camera sitting right in the center and the additional touchscreen for the passenger on the opposite side with notifications. Cool. That's about it though from a tech standpoint. Beneath that we have our drive mode selector. Our drive modes include eco, comfort, sport, and individual mode. We'll start the review off in comfort. Try out sport and you'll see what the differences are. The air vents beneath it are all adjusted through the touchscreen. We don't have any hard buttons from this climate control setting. You can access the camera with the push of a button really high up over the top 360. You can move it all around with a click of a button. Again, as we mentioned, you press one more time and you stay in that camera mode, so you got to actually press the home screen to return. Next to it we have our vehicle settings, heads up display, ESP, snow chains, raised level for the air suspension, manual shifting, Parktronic, active lane keep assist, active steering assist, auto lane change. Wow, all right, it's done yelling at me. We have the auto lane change, interior protection, towaway alarm, block trunk access, and all the rest of the settings. As you mentioned, navigation is my personal favorite to look at all times. Hazards, media adjustments right next to it. You have genuine wood trim in the center. This is one of the options. Leather stitching for your knee will often hit, more of the ambient lighting. You can shut this tray right up, more wood trim, and inside we get 2 cup holders. You'll fit probably 24, maybe 32 ounce bottles, wireless phone charger with some additional storage in there. Nicely padded armrest. We can open up this center console cubby. You'll fit probably 5 or 6 12-ounce cans, USB-C port in there too. No light. It would be nice to see a light. Very nitpicky complaint. Soft touch even for the outside of this glove box. The glove box is lined in felt and massive. You're fitting 40, 50 license plates in here. It's a very tall glove box. You'll fit 2 pairs of shoes in there too. Frameless auto dimming rear view mirror. It's not a digital rear view mirror, but frameless auto dimming with a really good display out back. No Alcantara for the headliner. At this price point, I would like to see some more like action when it comes to actual luxury. The seats are comfy, but again, at $81,000, I would expect these seats to be at least a little bit more padded. More ambient lighting up top. The interior lights are touch sensitive and LED. We can adjust all the interior lights up top. Open up the shade for this panoramic moonroof. It's a dual piece panoramic moonroof with separate glass out rear. The rear glass, of course, is not open. The front glass does, and as soon as the shade opens up, we'll open up this front glass. It doesn't open up super quickly, but it's a large piece of glass, so I wouldn't expect it to be super quick. See if it goes out any further. Nope, it does not. It actually opens the shade out for some reason. Not quite sure, but pretty large opening, goes all the way to the end of the front row. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in St. Petersburg, Pinnacle Park, Florida. Sunny and 78 degrees according to this E350. We can shut this glass right up. Leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin, but that's about it for the inside and outside, at least for the front seat of this 2024 all-new updated Mercedes E-Class. I didn't mention we have the lighting controls, fog lights to the left, beneath that electronic parking brake with the hood latch release and the pedals. Hopefully you can pick them up on camera. Electronic tilt and telescoping steering wheel, engine start-stop with auto start-stop beneath it that you can disable. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Out back, up top, you still get the stitching with the ambient lighting, pretty soft leather armrest, auto one-touch window, additional speaker for the Burmeister audio system, and soft touch even for the bottom portion out back. The rear seats, the padding goes basically out to the door frame with solid bolstering. Legroom looks solid too for a back seat. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 3-4 inches of knee room, headroom. I'm starting to run out. I got about ½ an inch of it. Pretty competitive space compared to a 5 Series, but really not a whole lot more. If you want the more spacious Mercedes, you'll have to pay the extra $30,000 to $40,000 on top of the already $80,000 that we have here for the S-Class. We get air vents, but no separate third zone climate control. That would be nice with the price point. We get a nice little storage cubby, mat pockets behind both of the front seats. We can pull this rope to access the center console armrest, which is decently soft leather. We can open up these cup holders. They will fit about 16 to 24 ounce bottles. Ton of light brought into the cabin thanks to these dual moonroofs. The interior light bag here is LED. We get a hook for both of the rear grab handles. That's about it though, guys, for the back seat. It's spacious, not the most spacious, but if you really want it to be the most spacious, get the full-size S-Class, but it will cost you. The S-Class, I believe, starts over $115,000, and that's without the 8-cylinder engine. Taking a step out back, hopefully you guys can pick up just how beautiful these taillights are. We have an electrically opening trunk and a massive size opening. The trunk opens up super quickly. The wheel well cutouts are very wide. You can fold the rear seats down 40, 40, 20, and I expect you to fit up to a 55, maybe a 60-inch TV back here. Secret storage, we get a ton of it. I'd expect you to stack 2 carry-on suitcases back here, 3 or 4 backpacks. The second row seats fold down electrically. So does the trunk. We have 2 separate buttons for it. This button drops the trunk, this button drops the trunk and locks the vehicle. We don't need a lock, so we'll just press the first button and it closes up really quickly. That's about it though, guys, for this all-new redesigned 2024 Mercedes-Benz E350 4MATIC Pinnacle. Yes, we are getting up there in price, but just look at this car. It is top-notch beautiful. Some tints would definitely do it justice. You'll pay about $150 in the aftermarket and get that done. But other than that, it is so sleek. From the side profile, you get the perfect blend of an S-Class and a C-Class. Price-wise, you get the perfect blend of an S-Class and a C-Class. And performance-wise, let's take this 2024 Mercedes-Benz E350 4MATIC out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Mercedes-Benz E350 Pinnacle. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. One thing I can't quite get the hang of is this air control. It either blows way too hard or it doesn't blow at all, but that's my only complaint with this vehicle. I mean, definitely can't knock it too much. But taking a step out here, we're starting off the drive modes in, where are we?
Right now, your current location is Pinnacle Park,
Wow,
Florida.
So I said, where are we? And the vehicle literally told me exactly where I am. That's not quite what I was asking. The drive mode that we're currently in is Comfort, and the steering is silky, silky smooth. So is the transmission. Running over these bumps, you don't feel anything in the road. Throttle response is good, even in Comfort mode. Take a step out here, about half throttle. Whew. Oh, really strong performance. The brakes don't feel nearly as strong as like a 5 Series brake pedal would feel, but that also allows you to have a more comfortable sensation while you're slowing down. Remember, like the older school Jaguars, older school Cadillacs, they would have a very floaty brake pedal. This way it would avoid you feeling like you're flying through the windshield if you step on the brake a little bit too hard accidentally. Just cruising along, it is so quiet in here. The dual pane windows do a wonderful job keeping everything super duper isolated. Another thing that I just found out about this car that I haven't mentioned to you guys is we get rear axle steering, so the turning radius is just absolutely ridiculously sharp. We can take a step out here, open her up a little bit in Comfort mode, starting off in second. Woo! Wow, that is really quick. We could try out a real world turning radius. This is insane. She keeps yelling at me. That's one thing that I guess you're gonna have to get used to. I'm sure on a daily basis, you're not gonna be sitting here talking by yourself inside of your E350. We can take a step out here, trying it out in sport. The throttle definitely gets more sensitive. The steering gets a tiny bit tighter, but it's still really light. About half throttle, sharp. Good torque. You look down and you are moving. No, it's definitely not going to be as quick as a 450, but for a 350 with a 2-liter turbo, This feels very quick. I think this might be quicker than a 5 Series. And just cruising along at highway speeds, silent, way quieter than a 5 Series. That's why you go with Mercedes over BMW. You'd rather prioritize luxury more than you'd rather prioritize performance. Not to say that BMW doesn't also do a great job at luxury. It's just where Mercedes exceeds in luxury and lacks in performance, BMW exceeds in performance and more so lacks in luxury. And also, not to say that Mercedes lacks in performance. 0 to 60 in under 6 seconds for a Turbo 4, under 4.5 seconds for the Turbo 6. It is quick either way. One more time, guys, we can try it out in sport mode. We'll test out these paddles. Starting off in first, sharp turning radius, sport mode, on the gas. Quick response.
You can connect your phone here.
Not bad. I cannot get over these voice command systems. Let me know in the comment section if there's anything that you can do to offset it. But overall, guys, if you're looking for a top of the line luxury sedan, you want a little bit of extra space, the C-Class is not spacious enough for you. You want a little bit more shoulder room, and you just want an overall more prestigious vehicle compared to, say, a C-Class or a 3 Series, but you're just not looking to spend over 110, 120,000 bucks for an S-Class. I would definitely recommend checking out the E350 Pinnacle. With the Pinnacle, you get almost S-Class level options and features. You're saving 35, 40, 50,000 bucks in most cases to an S-Class. No, you're not getting the monster 580 engine or even the 450 engine here with this 350, but if you're okay with getting to 60 in around 6 seconds, 5.9 seconds, which is probably 99.9% of people on the road, and you want to save serious money compared to an S-Class, I would 100% recommend checking out the 2024 Mercedes-Benz E350 Pinnacle. And a big thanks to Nicholas and the rest of the management and staff here at Crown Eurocars in Pinellas Park, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new premium or performance car or SUV in the St. Petersburg, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Nicholas, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.